Hey guys, welcome to SSR TV. Today we're going to take a solid look at the lineup from WavTech. Stay tuned.
SSR TV is brought to you by SSR Distributors, your one-stop distribution source for all things 12 volt.
Alright guys, welcome back. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is WavTech? What is WavTech all about? Well, with all of these modern vehicles that are roaming the streets today, it's so difficult to put any sort of aftermarket audio upgrade in a vehicle without compromising some of those factory options that everybody likes. Well, enter WavTech. WavTech was founded on providing ways for the end user to be able to upgrade their speakers, amplifiers, subwoofer even, without compromising any of those factory options, all the while still being able to mesh 100% flawlessly with the stock OEM factory system. Now, while WavTech makes all of these line output converters, and even this little guy, we'll get into that in a minute, they make amplifiers as well. But today we're going to focus on each one of these individual items that are all factory OEM integration solutions. Now, the first one we want to focus on today is the IRAD. That stands for Ignition Remote Generator Plus Delay. The technology in the patented IRAD makes it the ultimate installation tool because it provides solutions to three very specific problems that are faced in today's installations. This easy-to-program device allows you to add a switched 12-volt output, a remote output with adjustable delay, and a relay solenoid control to overcome the issues created by vehicles with start-stop systems. Now, the next unit is going to be the Link 2. Basically, if you need a high-quality two-channel line-out converter but don't require additional features like summing or auxiliary inputs, the Link 2 is a perfect solution. It's extremely small, so it'll fit almost anywhere, simplifying installations. Like all of the WavTech products, it has OEM load detect for factory systems that require resistance to function properly. The Link 2 will accept up to 40 volts RMS through its speaker inputs and still be able to deliver up to 10 volts RMS of output at less than 50 ohms. And looking at the side of the unit, you can tell it's got adjustable gain, obviously a power light, but it's also got a clip protection light, which is really cool when it comes to tuning everything. And another thing, if you check the other side, bam, Tiffany inputs. That's solid. This is all metal construction, no plastic garbage here. Now, welcome to the Link DQ. This is another one of WavTech's flagship models. It's basically a two-channel line driver or line output converter, whatever you want to call it. The cool thing about it is it does have a parametric EQ, which allows you to increase the amplitude of any specific frequency across a band from 30 Hz to 80 Hz in terms of your bass. And you can also narrow that slope from narrow to wide, whichever you prefer. It does have clip indication. It does have Tiffany-style RCA inputs and outputs. And if you're working with a high level, I believe you're good up to 40 or 50 volts on this thing, if I'm not mistaken, as far as your speaker inputs, which that's also pretty cool. It's got the little DC offset or auto turn-on switch right there, so you can kind of set that to however you want the unit to turn on. Overall, another solid built unit from WavTech. Another cool thing, if you didn't notice, it's got this little port right here that you can connect, you guessed it, doink, a remote level knob. Isn't that neat? Now, you can purchase that separately from WavTech. It doesn't come with this one like it does with some of the other larger line output converters that WavTech makes, but you certainly have that upgrade option. There you go. Now, another cool piece from WavTech that's become increasingly popular is the bass restore. The bass restore basically will add bass to music that really didn't have that much bass to begin with. So you've got all of those settings docked right there on the top of the unit. It's actually pretty cool. It's got a gain adjustment. It's got a clip indicator. You're going to find a lot of the same things as you do in the Link DQ, like RCA in, RCA out. It actually does come with the line level control knob, which that's pretty neat. It comes with the cable and the knob itself, so it's not something in this case that you'll have to buy separately. But then you got your traditional high level inputs over here on this side. Power light, power ground, remote in, remote out, DC offset switch, all that cool stuff. But let's get back into this section right here. Now, with these particular adjustments, we'll start from right to left. Check out the subsonic. This will allow you to block out any unwanted, unreasonably low frequencies that your system really wasn't designed to reproduce or reproduce that well anyways. And then you have a frequency adjustment on the bass processing side. This allows you to target specific frequencies and then use the width adjustment, which is to the left of that, to adjust the slope. And then finally, your effect dial is basically what's going to allow you to get up to 18 dB worth of increased amplitude at whatever frequency and slope you select. All in all, pretty kick-ass. Now moving on is the Link 4. Now this is a very popular model. You've got your power ground remote in, remote out. You've got your DC offset switch right there so you can let the unit know how it's supposed to turn itself on. And you've got high level input for 4 channels. But another cool thing is you also have an auxiliary input should you need it. On the top of the unit, you've got gain output adjustment for auxiliary. You've got an independent gain for channels 1 and 2 with a clip indicator. Gain adjustment there, and then you've got channel 3 and 4 with clip indicator as well, and a gain adjustment there, which is pretty neat. And on the side over here, obviously you've got Tiffany style RCA outputs, and it even comes with the port so you can use your included line level controller. Another thing the Link 4 does that I didn't mention, summing. It auto sums all 4 channels of input to give you a 100% 20 to 20K full stereo signal to be processed and spit out the backside headed straight to your amps. So if you have a stock system to where you're feeding crossed over signal, let's say channels 1 and 2, you're allowing nothing but highs to pass through, and then your full range is coming into 3 and 4, it all gets auto-summed internally, and everything that comes out the output side is back to full range like it's supposed to be. Now everything that the Link 4 did, the Link 6 and the Link 8 also do. They both come with line level controls. The Link 6 is basically a 6-channel line-out converter. The Link 8 is an 8-channel line-out converter. They both offer the summing. They both offer the DC offset turn-on option, power and ground, remote in, remote out, 6 channels of input, 8 channels of input. All the same adjustments, gain adjustments, clip indication, channel selection, the whole 9 yards is all displayed right there on top. None of these units you have to take apart, open up, flip dip switches, or use a bunch of pin jumpers and lose them because your fingers are too fat like mine. And if you look real close, both the Link 8 and the Link 6 have the same auxiliary input in the side panel that the Link 4 does. Now as far as you installers go, you're going to freak when you see what this thing does. Look how little this is. And I don't have the biggest hands in the world, but that's a little piece right there. Welcome to the art. WavTech refers to this as the ultimate time saver. So you know some of these cars you can't find a freaking remote turn on, any sort of ignition, you know, and you're trying to play with a bunch of relays and do all kind of funky stuff and dig around the dash and looking in direct text trying to find, you know, wiring diagrams and all this and that. Grab this little booger right here, okay? This thing has like a little speaker. You run your stock speaker right there. The minute it receives some sort of audio signal, it'll give a remote out 12-volt trigger signal. And I think it provides up to like 1.5 amps continuous. Now, if you need more than that, let's say we got 40 amplifiers, well, I guess you can relay that on the outbound side, but it's pretty super simple. You got a power and a ground constant that go to this plug right here, and then this also gives you remote output. And just grab one of the stock speaker leads and T-tap it and run it to this little booger right here, and then that's it. You just tuck it away, secure it. Obviously, don't let it sit there and dangle like a plum on a tree. But yeah, super small unit, really, really easy to install. Now you don't have to worry about trying to find, where's the remote? Where's the OE remote? I can't find the OE remote. Here it is. Grab one of these off the shelf, throw it in the ride. I'm sure you can find power and ground. I'm sure you can find a speaker. Everything from there is remote out at 1.5 amp continuous. Hello, Art. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the entire lineup from WavTech as far as line output converters and OEM integration pieces. Now, obviously, they're amplifiers. That's for another video. We'll do that later because that deserves a nice little video all on its own. But for the most part, if you're needing anything integration, line out converters, auto summing, any of these features you've seen here today from 2 channels all the way up to 8 channels, bass restoration, and even remote signal generation, these devices can certainly help you in your shop. These are all available at SSR Distributors, both in Houston and Dallas locations, serving 4 states, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. Get with us, and we can get you set up with WavTech.
SSR Distributors.